Hey guys, it's Main Man Action, bringing guys some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Last time, we found out the Matt's secret. We found out that he actually has kind of a split personality, that he was the actual person who hired the assassin that has now kidnapped Maya, and that assassin, of course, killed Juan Carita. And on top of that, we found out that he had a relationship with Celeste Impacts, who was, I believe, Adrian Andrews' mentor, and she killed herself to get away from Mountain God and his treachery and his bad words. So in today's episode, we are going to see what we can do in the trial. So without further ado, let's get into it. Dun dun dun. That was the same dream we had at the beginning of the game. We've come full circle. This must truly be the finale. I don't think today's episode is gonna be the finale, though. I think we're far from the finale yet. I believe. Yeah, I think we're a bit. We are nearly done with the game, so yeah, that'll be cool. It'd be nice to be done with it. No, now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that slime bag not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. Phoenix. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to challenge me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your big smiles. But you can't give up. There's still hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. Ah, that curse on God again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gonshu, I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last long. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gonshu. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have an abundance of it. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Court is now in station for the trial of Mountain Guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Mr. Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, would you please inform the court of the day's proceedings? Adrian Andrews. She forged the evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like you to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the certain calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Corrido was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Mountain Guard. What a surprising turn of events. My headphones just don't want to stay on, do they? At all. I would think it become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, will you please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Still wearing that suit. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relationship to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see what I missed that. Okay. All you need to do is answer what you asked. Now then, I would like you to testify about when you. Oh, sorry, I just woke up. Sorry. Oh man. A big yawn came out of me just now. Damn. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was a bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. We were his guests. Phoenix, Maya, and Pearls. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ongar was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what do you imply? Well, Miss Wright, let's just have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? It's a trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? Can you smell what the trap is cooking? No. Can you smell what the Edgeworth is cooking? Down, 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 down. Now. The defender's room? Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like sort of big brother sort of, like a big brother sort of, and I want to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright? What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time. Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So he went to the defender's room and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Well, you do a lot. Matt was standing there in front of a room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defense doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking to the bellboy. At first, what do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboy-ish uniform and he had a bottle of juice and on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but... why did you think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. I watched the two of them for a while and then I gave up and went back. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. So, who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing a water from a stone. It's probably pointless to pass further. Do you remember the incident? This incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in a hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Oh, what? Did I not? Oh shit! I missed my mistake. I missed something to press. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago, you stated, you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip giving incident then, itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, man's not a poor penny pitcher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip in his pocket, and that's when I got my first look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of these I asked about. The bellboy's face. What's up with his face? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. Ahem. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like almost like if that thread snapped, all of the stuff in his head would come spilling out. He was there at Angar's house. He was the butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Angar was talking to the killer then. You have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure don't have something you'd like to say, Mr. Wright? What did you say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue your testimony. Hold on 1 second. I wanna check something. Let's go to that other one. Angar's fate. The Angar's tip. The defendant's a huge guy. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't it? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Well, how interesting. That certainly was a generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. That can hardly be called a tip. We'll wait and see. I don't think there's nothing I can really object to here. I mean, you can argue that the fat roll of money isn't really that odd. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious for the murderer of for the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever prepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card showing the killer left at the crime scene. Showing the killer? He is a person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelly the killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? This is getting worse and worse. Yes, sir, right away. Second time. This time, I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that boy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean one Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that boy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean, thank you very much. That is all we need from you now. But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. You would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha ha ha. This is no laughing matter. It really is. Everything so far, just everything's coming against us right now. He did do it, but now it's just tough to prove that he didn't do it. The award ceremony ended around 8 PM, and I went to the match room pretty soon after that, and then I came back, and then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 10 past 8. What? 10 past 8 PM by that time. You're not one for details, are you? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. That's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and the teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kind of out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? And if he wasn't, but he wasn't pushing a car, and he wasn't holding a tray either. So you'd call that real strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers, but it is really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed. What should I do? Should I let somebody slide? Try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy, but there really is. There really isn't. You two are done being school children. Bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I asked that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Bro, it's kind of strange for the bubbles come out. That's what I'm handed. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bird boy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bowl of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he could come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge a bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Anyway, in any case, that bird boy was the assassin. It would be very bad for us. Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you really have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Cheap tricks. Well, he was holding tomato juice, and we know that maybe I don't know. I'm gonna go with it. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He got all those stitches and so a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, they're also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the scene of the crime. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Creed's body, and the liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you look at the top of the table in the lower corner, in the lower right corner, anyone can see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Creed's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he left empty-handed when he left. That would mean that the bellboy had seen and left dead body in the room. Nope. But can you prove that Mr. Creed was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth, yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The boy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? The bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Sorry, it may have slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, got to focus. Can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe that he was just another bellboy. It seems that we finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue the rest of your testimony. I'm gonna end up the video here. In the next part, we're going to continue with Will Power's testimony. So thank you guys for watching this episode. If you did enjoy the part, hit that like button. It will really help. And of course, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more. Feelings right, exit Tony, justice for all. Peace.